my question to you, Neely Fuller Jr., is are people classified as black is one of the main reasons we cannot solve or even focus on the problem is because we've been made to be very emotional people?
One of the main reasons we can't solve our problems is because we're very emotional.
Yes.
Is that the question? Is that the question?
Yes. Is that accurate?
Is that the question?
Yes. Yes, that's the question.
One of the main reasons that black people cannot solve black people's problems is that we are very emotional. And the answer is yes, because our emotions, there's an attachment to that, our emotions are not attached to logic. Logic means cause and effect. Fire will burn, water is wet. Black people let our emotions govern us without attaching our emotions to logic. Emotions serve a purpose. So I can't say emotions shouldn't exist. Emotions are very, very essential. All creatures have emotions. Birds have emotions. They have feelings. I mean, invisible feelings. You can make that as a logical assumption. But they have to be attached to logic, which means, for example, you can have an automotive engine and you have that engine attached to other things that are an extension of the engine. But none of it will function without what? Electrical power or gasoline, liquid power. So it's just sitting there. Now that's how logic is. So emotions are like the gasoline or the electrical power, the battery power, etc. That's electrical power. That's the ignition. See, that's that unseen thing. You're looking at the engine, but that engine will sit there and rust over a period of years here on planet Earth. In time, that's what will happen to it without ever having done anything. And so what the white supremacists do is systematically do everything they can to separate black people's emotions from logic. So that black people are real good at just spinning on our heads or just jumping up and down in one place or yelling and screaming or running around in a circle and not getting anywhere, making a lot of noise, but we're not attached to anything. Just like an engine can be revved up, but if the engine isn't attached to the wheels on the car, that's that logical part.
Yes, sir.
Then that engine, for all that noise that the engine is making, the car isn't moving. It isn't attached to what it needs to be attached to in order to produce what? The result that it's designed to produce. So that's what the white supremacists do. They separate logic in the minds of black people from their emotions, so that black people are not capable of doing anything that makes sense until a white person comes around and makes the attachments.
Wow.
Attach the black person, their emotions, to logic. Then something gets done. It's the same person, the same exact person that was just jumping up and down and making a lot of noise and foaming at the mouth and cursing everybody out and shooting a gun at anybody in a crowd. Then the white supremacists come around and say, now I'm going to put a chain on this instrument, on this creature, calm it down, and then I'm going to say, okay, you quieted down now, boy. Now I'm going to take you over here, and you are going to build a bridge. And I am going to instruct you on how to build this bridge. Now, that black person is the same exact person when you look at the person. But you look at what the person is doing, and you say, no, that can't be Leroy. That can't be Kamani. I mean, he ain't like that. Usually he's just jumping up and down and acting crazy and going, and doing foolish stuff and all like that. Say, yeah, but a white person came along, put him in chains, took him over here where a bridge has got to be built, and this black person you'd been looking at a few days before is building a bridge. I mean, and getting real good at it. Why? The white person came around and made him attach his emotions to doing something logical. That's all that happened. Now, he can probably get a frame of mind where he can do that on his own. But we don't even attempt to do that because we've been trained not to even think about doing anything of constructive value until some white people come around. And that's because they trained us from birth to not attach our emotions to being constructive in everything that we do, which is how we should be. We can do that. All we have to do is just make up our minds to do it. We're not doing anything that's not constructive. No more parties or nothing like that. If you can't show me where a party is constructive, I ain't coming. Suppose every black person said that throughout the entire planet right this minute. You see the whole world changing right before your eyes. Every black person on the planet said, I'm not going to another party unless somebody proves to me in advance that when that party is over, something very, very constructive will have happened at that party. Now, if they can't do that, I ain't coming. Now, suppose every black person on the planet said that.
Wow.
Among the non-white people. I mean, the change would be phenomenal overnight. That's what codification is all about. That's what my book is all about. All we have to do, going into another year, if we want to start that as a benchmark. I'm not about nothing that's non-constructive. No more. I've been that way most of my life, if every black person said that. So anything that anybody says to me, white or non-white, they better show me where it's going to be constructive, or I ain't voluntarily participating if I can at all get around it.
Yes. Wow.
That's all we got to do. We keep talking about what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. Let me find somebody to hug because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to think. All you got to do is just say, anything that I do has got to have a constructive result. I don't want to listen to anybody who's even talking about something that's not going to produce a constructive result. Period. Ever. Again,